now we have electrode potential, right? Now the question is that what actually this term defines, what is an electrode potential? So electrode potential is actually you can say the tendency of electrode as you saw in the previous electrochemical cell, that we have different electrodes, like in beaker 1 it was zinc electrode dipped in zinc sulfate solution, and there it was copper electrode dipped in copper sulfate solution, or we can consider some other metals also or other elements also as an electrode. So whenever, like, we are just concerned with the electrode, right, the rod that was dipped in the solution, that I am talking about. So each electrode has a certain electrode potential. What is it? This electrode potential is actually the tendency of electrode to lose or gain electrons. So that means the electrode, as you saw in the electrochemical cell as well, that some electrode was losing an electron and some electrode was gaining an electron. So that means there are different electrodes that, and according to their nature, they can actually lose or gain electrons, right? So that tendency to lose or gain electron is called as electrode potential, right? And the one electrode which has a tendency to lose electron, like there is an electrode which has a tendency to lose electron, and there is an electrode which has a tendency to gain electron, right? So the electrode which has a tendency to lose electron, the special name given to that electrode is called as oxidation electrode potential, right? And the one which has a tendency to gain electron, that means the one which has a tendency to get reduced, is called as, its electrode potential is called as reduction electrode potential. So in general, what term we use? In general we use electrode potential, right? But if there is a electrode whose nature is to lose electron, then its electrode potential is called as, the correct name which should be used is oxidation electrode potential. And if it has a tendency to gain an electron, so that means the actual name which should be used is the reduction electrode potential, right? And now we'll just get to see that what is the cause of this electrode potential, or how this electrode potential actually develops in an electrode. Is it an inherent nature, or is it develops when it is working or when it is present in some solution, right? So we are just going to start with the topic that how this electrode potential actually develops, right? So for this I am considering an example. Suppose I am considering the beaker 1 which we took in electrochemical cell, right? So it has ZnSO4 solution and it has the zinc rod, right? So it is like this, as we did in electrochemical cell. This is the same example I am taking. So what kind of reaction do we get, or what possibility is that, like what possible reaction can take place in a beaker? So just look at the board. There is a possibility that zinc this thing rod loses an electron and forms zinc ions. That means it has a tendency to get oxidized. There is a possibility, the correct name is not tendency because we don't know what is its tendency, right? So for this movement we will be using word possibility instead of using the tendency, right? So there is a possibility that this reaction can take place in this beaker, right? So that means the zinc rod, that means the zinc electrode is losing 2 electron and forming zinc 2 positive ions. That means it is undergoing oxidation. So there is another possibility as well. So there can be that these zinc ions which are present in the solution I am talking about, they are gaining these 2 electrons and forming the zinc atom. So that means there is a possibility that reduction may also take place in this beaker. So that means there is the 2 possibility in the reactions which can take place in the beaker. So we can say it, like we can club them and we can write that as a result we can write that zinc atom is in equilibrium with zinc ions and these 2 electrons, right? So that means there exists an equilibrium, this kind of equilibrium in this, right? And now the equilibrium favors this side or the equilibrium favors this side. This actually depends upon certain factor which I am going to discuss with you now, right? So I think it is clear that whenever we take into consideration any solution having an electrode, the electrode has a tendency to get oxidized, or you can say there is a possibility of an electrode to get oxidized, and there is a possibility of an atom to get reduced. So these 2 possibilities possibilities you have to list like that, and see overall we can write there is an equilibrium between this, that the atom has a tendency to get this thing oxidized, forming the Zn2 positive, and these two positive ions can also combine with the electron and giving rise to the atom back. That means the reduction can also take place. So there exists an equilibrium, right? Now what happens, or what this possibility actually convert into the tendency of this electrode, how it gets converted into the tendency. Now if like we took an example for the zinc, so obviously we will be talking for the zinc, and similarly we will be applying this to any other atom which we will be considering in future, right. So if I say that if the zinc has a tendency, if zinc has a tendency to lose electron, if we consider that zinc has a tendency to lose electrons, so that means it has a tendency to get oxidized, then equilibrium will shift to what side? Obviously it will shift to this side. That means it will shift to the forward direction, right. And if I say that zinc has a tendency to gain electrons, so that means it has a tendency to get reduced, so obviously equilibrium will shift into the the backward direction, right. So either it shifts into a forward direction or either it shifts into a backward direction. So what that is, as a result it is going to have? As a result it will going to acquire a certain kind of charge with respect to the solution. I am repeating, either the equilibrium favors this side or the equilibrium favors this side. This will result in the formation of, or it will just result in the you can say the charge, a resultant charge will develop on the electrode as compared to its solution. And that means, for example, if I say it acquires a positive charge and it acquires a negative charge, so that means this zinc rod has acquired, if it has a tendency of getting oxidized, it is acquiring a net positive charge and it is acquiring a net negative charge. So that means we get to see two kind of charges in the same beaker. That means, or you can say there is a separation of charges between two beakers. That leads to development of potential difference. That leads to development of potential difference, which is a cause of electrode potential, right. So again I am repeating for you, like if we have any kind of electrode, now I am talking in general, right. So if we have any electrode dipped in any kind of solution, so there is a possibility that electrode get oxidized, or there is a possibility there is a reduction occur. So that means there exists an equilibrium like this, that means showing an oxidation one side and reduction on one side. Now if the metal favors, or you can say if the atom has a tendency to lose electron, so that means it will just favor the equilibrium at one direction, in one direction, and if it has a tendency to gain electron, it will favor the equilibrium to the other direction, right. So that means either it favors this side or either it favors that side. So that means it will just result in the development of certain kind of charge on the electrode with respect to the solution. So and if we get to see two different kind of charges in the same beaker, so that means it leads to the development of potential difference, and this potential difference is called as actually, or it is a main cause of the electrode potential, right. So this is how you are going to just explain if you get the question for the electrode potential. Now it is not one more thing which I would like to discuss with you, and you have to just keep in your mind that it is not always like that, like if I give you some couple, I'll just explain you with an example, it will be more clear. So before I will be stating an example, I just want you to know that on what factors electrode potential depends. So electrode potential actually depends on the the nature of metal and ions. It depends upon concentration of metal and ions, and third, it depends upon temperature as well, right. The example which I was talking to you, that I want to state in front of you to make things more clear, that example will be covered in this point. So just look at the board carefully and just try to write and copy it when I am teaching you. Just try to write in your copies as well. Just underline the important points so that you should not miss those important points when you are attempting the question. So electrode potential depend upon nature of metal and ions. So let us see how it depends upon the nature of metal and ions. Suppose that example which I told you I am stating here, right. Suppose I have a metal, say sodium, and I have a copper metal, right. Now that means the electrode potential just depends upon the metal or the ions it forms. So I took an example of sodium and copper. As I know that the sodium has the more tendency to get oxidized if I compare its tendency with the copper, right. Again I am repeating, if I compare to any other two metals or if I compare to any elements, one will have the more tendency to get oxidized or reduced and the other will probably have the less tendency. So like in this couple, the sodium has the tendency to get more tendency. See, it also has a tendency to get oxidized, even it has a tendency to get oxidized. But if I compare both of them, so out of them sodium has more tendency to get oxidized. So obviously the one which has more tendency to get oxidized is going to get oxidized, right. So that means it will get oxidized, right. And the other with respect to sodium, that means copper with respect to sodium is not going to get oxidized because the oxidation of sodium has already occurred. So that means copper is going to reduce in this case, right. And similarly, if I consider some more example, like I take copper and silver, right. So out of them again both has a tendency to get oxidized, but out of copper and silver, copper has more tendency to get oxidized. So obviously in this it is going to get oxidized and silver is going to get reduce. This what I want to state in front of you, that it is not always that the one which is getting oxidized will always get oxidized in every situation. It is not like that, right. The one which is getting oxidized in one case can be reduced in the other case, or if the one which is getting reduced in this case can be oxidized in another case. It just depends upon the tendency, right. When we compare the relative tendency of two elements, it just depends upon that factor, right. So that means electrode potential depends on the nature of the metal or the ions, which states that it depends upon that metal has a tendency to get oxidized or it has more tendency to get reduced. So accordingly we will be just arranging in a couple, right. So this is the first factor on which the electrode potential depends. Second factor is that, as I told you, it depends upon the concentration of metal and ions. Now how electrode potential depends upon the concentration of metal and ions? We did in this also, I will just explain again. As you get to see, like when I stated an example for electrode potential, you get to see this equation. I told you there exists an equilibrium between the Zn atom and the zinc ion, right. So if the concentration of this will increase, if I consider that with passage of time the concentration of Zn2 positive will increase, that means what will happen? So will there be more formation of Zn2 positive? No, because we know that according to the equilibrium, if the concentration of the one substance increase, the equilibrium shift in that direction in which it gets more consumed. I am repeating again. We know that according to the equilibrium, that according to the Lee-Chartley principle, I must say, that whenever the concentration of any substance is increased, then the equilibrium shifts in that direction in which it gets consumed. So if Zn2 positive concentration will sudden increase, it will not favor the oxidation further. That means it will just favor the reduction, right. So that means it will prevent the zinc from becoming the Zn2 positive, or you can say it will just prevent the oxidation to occur further, right. So similarly, if I say that with passage of time, if the reduction occurs so much, that means if there is more concentration of zinc, then what is going to favor? Obviously the equilibrium is going to favor the oxidation. That means it will just proceed in that reaction in which the zinc atom gets, the concentration of the zinc atom gets reduced. That means it gets converted into zinc ions. So this is how it depends upon the second factor. Third factor is the temperature, right. So temperature, obviously you know that the temperature favors the formation of the atom to ions or ions to atom. So obviously it just you can say affect the value for the electrode potential, right. So this is the electrode potential. So I think you are familiar what is the electrode potential. It is just a tendency of electrode to lose or gain electrode, and if anyone is losing, we call its electrode potential as oxidation electrode potential. If one which is gaining is called as reduction electrode potential, the correct name which is used, right. And And see, in any beaker, if we get to see a raw dense solution, there is a possibility of oxidation and there is a possibility of reduction, or we can say there exists an equilibrium between the oxidation and the reduction side. And if the metal has a tendency to lose, then obviously it will just lose and it will get oxidized, and if it has a tendency to gain, it will just gain and it will get reduced. So according to the tendency, actually this value of electrode potential just you can say matters. And the electrode potential value depends upon three factors, as I told you: nature of metal and ions, as I told you that it is not a compulsory factor that one which is getting oxidized in one case will always be oxidized. No, it can be reduced in other case, and similarly for the reduction one. Second is the concentration. As I told you, this is in favor of Le-Chatelet principle, that if the concentration of any one of the ion or an atom increase, equilibrium shift in that direction in which it gets consumed, right. Third is the temperature. As I told you, temperature obviously affect the electrode potential because it just affect the formation of atom and the ion.